Okay, folks, this is our final segment, and we're going to be talking about boxing news and rumors. I guess, what would you say? What's going on in the world of news and all that good jazz?
What we got? We got a couple of retirements. We got a boxing
retirement party. Okay, we have we're going to give out the lobster and the steak at 3 p.m. We're going to be calling Grace is going to do the retirement cake.
This is a retirement year for some boxers. Then we got some sparring section that are heating up, and we got, what else? We got
some fake news sparring sessions. Not the whole truth, but and then obviously so let's pretty much jump into the first one. I guess is Timothy Bradley's retiring.
Yeah, Bradley.
The only guy that had Jeff Warren winning.
Nah, he didn't say Jeff Warren.
I know Teddy Atlas is like Timothy. What'd you see? It's like it's like I can see. No, he didn't say what. It's like I can see how he won.
Yeah, he said it was a close fight, and he was like, but.
You think it's true that rumor? You think he's gonna retire? Or?
Yeah, I think he's retired. I think that.
I mean, he fought Pacquiao twice already. I mean, what else?
Three times. He fought three times. He fought. He had a war with Provonica, and which was fight of the year, and an awesome fight. Like this is when I gained respect for Bradley. Like
he's a fighter.
He was great at 140, but I was not that hype about him at 140. I mean, he did beat Peterson when he was undefeated. He beat Devin Alexander when he was undefeated.
Alexander, yeah.
Who else he beat at 140? A bunch of guys.
Let's take a look.
He just took them apart. But and then when he moved up from 140 to 147, there was a fight with Pacquiao, and then the way he got that decision where I felt Pacquiao
he got crossed over like it was a basketball player. His ankles came So yeah, Edward Cherry, Kendall Holt, Nate Campbell, Lamont Peterson.
All great fighters.
Carlos Abreu, Devin Alexander, Joel Casamayor, Pac-Man, Provodnikov, Marquez. He beat Marquez. That was a good fight. That was a good fight.
He took Marquez apart.
The Pacquiao loss. Diego Chavez. That was a split draw. Jesse Vargas. That was a good fight. Brandon Rios beat him by TKO, and then the Pacquiao loss. So that's a great career right there. 33 wins, 2 losses, never been knocked out. You know,
it's for me is a better win. I mean, better resume than Broner to go to the Hall of Fame. If you compare them, I think he deserves to go at least to go to the Hall of Fame. And like I said,
he's fought higher level of opposition.
Yeah, when he fought Provonica and the way he was throwing punches.
He shouldn't have fought it that way, but he chose to engage him.
Yeah, because he had a lot of pressure with the whole Manny Pacquiao. Like people didn't people didn't accept that win. Like people, you go online and you're hearing the Jeff Warren win. Like, oh yeah, well, you got a lot of people that have Jeff Warren winning, but in this case, no. Like you have like a 1 or 2% that say, yeah, Bradley probably edged it, but people.
The majority thought that Pacquiao won the first fight,
and he caught a lot of heat on it and a lot of hate. But and even
I'm gonna go back home and watch the fight. And then that's what he said in the post fight. He said, I gotta go back home. You were just there. But you gotta go back home and watch the fight to make sure.
And then he came out saying, "Yeah, I won 8 or 4. I won." But 8 or 4. He didn't even make it close. He said 8 or 4. But anyways, saying for at least 7 or 5,
unbelievable.
Yeah, like I lost all respect to him. But then when he fought Provonica, man, this guy just showed. Yeah, he showed heart. He was just.
I thought that fight was better than the one Algieri did. Yeah. Algieri's name got put on the map fighting Provonica, but I thought the way Bradley did it was way better.
And the Algieri fight versus Provonica, that's debatable.
He took a damn beating right there.
Yeah, that's a debatable because Algieri, there was one time that Algieri got dropped that they didn't count it, and that could have thrown off the fight completely. But I mean, the way it was set up, like Algieri was being favored by the judges. I guess due to his style, but I did give him the edge. I don't remember if I scored it or not, but I think I gave Jerry the edge at the end of before they called out the scored cards, and but that was a close fight. For me, it could have gone either way, but Jerry got the decision, and he moved on to better things, fighting Pacquiao, etc. But moving on to Bradley, I think Bradley, yeah, I mean, He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. This guy, and he took a beating, man.
He's doing a good job commentating.
Yeah, I mean, and he got paid really well fighting Pacquiao 3 times. I mean, his wife managed his career pretty well. So I mean, I think they did a thing, and like you said, he's probably gonna have a career with ESPN.
Colorful commentator, probably.
Yeah. So I mean, thank you, Bradley, for your awesome year for boxing.
Risking your life for us for good entertainment. So thank you. The next bit of news, I guess Tyson Fury's retiring.
Yeah, but
he's a mental case, man. We don't know what to believe, bro.
We don't know. He retired. Don't be surprised if tomorrow he comes back and announce another fight or. But he having problems, the boxing association in the UK having clear him, and I guess he got tired of waiting around. He wanted to invest his money, I guess, that he made with the Klitschko fight, whatever it's the case.
Speaking of which, Wladimir is retiring as well, right?
Yeah, so we're not getting Joshua to AJ versus WK. We're not getting. So yeah, he retired as well. I mean, another Hall of Famer. This guy,
he had a long career. I mean, he was. I didn't even think he was going to be around this long. I mean, it was 40 years old.
Yeah, dominated career.
Yeah, dominated for a bunch of years, man. More than 10 plus, right?
10 plus years being a champion.
Fucking sticking that jab out there for 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, his style wasn't really pretty to appreciate, but the guy was a monster. He had his losses. He had Justin.
Yeah, Emmanuel Stewart, notable trainer in his career, obviously. Rest in peace. And also, I don't know what to make of this. Is it true Takashi Miura is going to retire?
Yeah, it's Takashi. I guess
it's weird to me.
Nah, not weird, dude. This guy been through war. He fought Vargas. He belched
I felt with the Francisco Vargas fight, I thought he took more of a beating than Miguel Cotto.
It's hard, man. I mean,
the only guy that uses his head is defense.
He showed a lot of heart, man. This guy, but the way they choose to fight is suicidal, man. These guys take a lot of punches, and it's good to retire at a young age, man. You don't want to see guys later on in their life, like punch drunk or mentally ill.
I mean, he knows his body better than anyone else.
I don't blame him. He made some good fighting.
Great, fight of the year candidates and all that.
Yeah, so maybe he don't make boxing Hall of Fame in the U.S., but most likely in his country he will.
In Japan, yeah.
So I mean, also thank you for your fight of the year. What was it? Once or twice?
I think it was twice. I think it was in 2 occasions. Because I know it was with the well, let me do my homework real quick. Let's see. I think it was the Takashi. Let me see. I know. It was
the Vargas fight. That was one of them, and yeah, he probably was once or twice, but
I think it was at least twice. Let me see. It was
But those are, I mean, great years of boxing, and this guy just came in to leave it on the ring. So
it was you had the Francisco Vargas, Miguel Roman.
Nah, it's probably just that one.
I think it was just the Francisco Vargas, Miguel.
But this guy he would leave it on the ring, but I mean, a lot of his fights were pretty awesome. It was really good, so I won't be surprised.
Takashi Uchiyama, he fought him in 2011.
I heard rumors of Uchiyama retiring too, but I won't quote me on that one.
No, yeah, but I still think if he is retiring, then thank you for all the time you've given us. Great fights in your career. So moving on from that,
another person that announced that he won't pass he won't box after December 31st is Cotto.
Miguel Angel Cotto,
yeah, he's a guy that
he's great, man. My favorite fight from Cotto was the fight with him and Mayweather. Like, I thought he put a beating on him. They fought in spurts. They basically had exchanges. But I really liked the way Cotto fought that fight. I thought it was a very good fight. And one thing I liked about that whole fight is they really had a great level of respect for each other as fighters. So I knew that they really respected each other's craft the way they had the fight. So that's one thing. I've always liked Cotto, being he always fought out of the Garden in New York. He always had a Puerto Rican fan, so you felt the energy he brought when he fought.
And like you're talking the third person.
And wearing the pink Crocs. Pink and his hot wife.
And sleeping with his best friend.
He was his best friend. I don't know, man. He probably used to bed buddy when he was a kid. It's like, I don't know. I'm not gonna read too deep into it, but the pink Crocs should tell you enough. Should be a clue. But I don't know. Obviously, another rumor here. Well, not a rumor. It's actually news. Tevin Farmer got shot in his hand. What? Who put that picture on? I had a picture of him on a hospital bed with a pair of handcuffs, man. Like, at least put a blanket over that shit.
Yeah.
Like, geez, it's a bad look, you know?
It's just a bad look for boxing itself. Like, this is the thing. When you're a boxer, you gotta keep those people. I don't know what exactly happened.
Like, look what happened to Terrence Crawford when he had the whole issue with the body shop, and then Adrian Broner. Like, these are regular people if you think about it. They just get, you know, maybe trouble finds them, or
the thing is, like, me personally, I was a person that never liked to carry weapons with me because I thought it will bring me problems. And for these guys, they got weapons glued to their fists.
Their lifestyle,
because they are boxers. They have their hands are weapons. So when they walk out there, you know, sometimes they think they're invincible. Like, you know, motherfucker gonna pull out a gun and shot you. So the rumors that I heard, I didn't look into it, but I think his brother-in-law shot him. I guess he pulled out a gun and he tried to, but then his brother got shot as well. So
in the face, I heard. Yeah, somebody got shot in the face.
His brother, Tevin's brother, but I think he's okay. And Tevin, supposedly it was basically
the meaty part of the hand.
So supposedly.
Hopefully,
that either, but supposedly, you know, it hit no bones or no major nerves where he won't be able to box. So that's good. So yeah, I mean, so his hand is on recovery, so he should be.
I know him and Gervonta Davis were talking smack with each other. So that's a fight that's, you know, hopefully it's not at risk at this point.
Yeah, I'm actually, me personally, I wanted that fight on
the undercard,
on the undercard of Mayweather McGregor, but. It won't look that way right
so
now,
far. What are the undercard fights? So I know Sean Porter.
Sean Porter is fighting Delorme. You got a couple of Mayweather guys are fighting there, but nothing major. I don't think any of those fights will boost. In the majority of these fights, like for instance, the Porter, the Delorme, they're gonna be on Fox, so. You'll see them on free TV before the event. So I don't know which exactly are the fights that you're gonna see pay for it. So they haven't announced that, or if they have, I haven't put attention. Honestly, I haven't been following.
I'm focused on Triple G Canelo, man.
Yeah, so
that's what I'm focused on.
So yeah, I don't know.
Are we missing anything else before we jump into that whole Malignaggi and Conor McGregor thing? Anything else?
I think that's it with the news and rumors. I'll probably be missing something right now. I just can't think about it. But yeah, just jump into the Malignaggi and Conor McGregor sparring section. So
I guess Paulo Malignaggi has, you know, obviously been reporting back to media or pretty much the fans and letting us know how the sparring session has been. I was listening to the podcast Brooklyn to the World, and he had mentioned that, you know, he had fought Conor. Obviously, they had sparred for 12 rounds as well. So I understand the role he plays in this camp, obviously as a person to help Conor, and also to provide him work so he can get better. You know, obviously he's fighting someone else, but what upsets me, and I'm pretty sure it upsets you, is just the way they make him look. They just take some bad takes. This is like they do all the good highlights of McGregor and then all the bad ones of him. So it's like McGregor's like looking sharp, like, yeah, hands behind my back. It's like, I don't even put my hands there. I just wait for you to punch, or they catch Malignaggi at a bad angle. But Malignaggi, I mean, his face looks beat up, but I mean, he doesn't look in shape. So I'm wondering, like, I don't know. It's just me. Like, if I'm gonna spar, like, I would imagine, like, you know, like, dude, I'm doing you a favor. Like, don't make me look bad. Like, I know I'm retired and all, but shit, don't make me look like I'm a piece of shit fighter. Like, you know, at the end of the day, I'm still a boxer.
Yeah,
but maybe it's done more to sell the fight too, to show that he can, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Malignaggi like expressed himself about it. You know, and the first time he came into camp, you know, they sparred. Malignaggi was out of shape. You know, he had retired from boxing, as you already know. So they took a clip, and in this one clip, Malignaggi's like, you could see that he just took a punch, and then McGregor has his hands in the back of on his back, posing, and then, you know, Malignaggi express himself and talk about his power, and he can't really talk because he's under comfort.
You can't give too much details about what's going on because I mean, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, he's a Showtime. Paulie Malignaggi is a Showtime employee, but as well, he's promoting this fight because he's a Showtime employee, and it's the same company that is promoting the fight. So it's like, I don't think he's even at liberty to discuss things to Zika. I hope it doesn't affect his job or even like him commentating, but it puts him in a tough spot to, like, you know, really express himself.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's also getting paid for these sparring section. It's not for free, and I'm pretty sure when they sign somewhat type of contract, it says that he's not allowed to say anything. But he don't sound ticked off because the way that, you know, they took that one part where Paulie got hit, and this is another thing. Paulie doesn't use a full mask. He just uses only the one that covers his side of his head. So it's gonna be easier. You know, if you are sparring, you're gonna be there to get hit. So eventually, even you could tell by the pictures, McGregor's a bigger guy. So that's the thing. He's 4 weeks, 3 weeks from the fight. He don't even look near weight. So I don't know if he's gonna cut all his weight within the last 2 weeks, which is suicidal. But McGregor still look really big. So he probably still like around 160, 170.
So do you think Mayweather's blowing smoke up McGregor's ass when he says he lets him use 8-ounce gloves, or just?
No, that's just promotion. You know, by the rules of boxing, if anything is more than 147,
yeah, it has to be obviously 10 ounce.
So as much as Nevada State Commission are already allowing, you know, having a guy with no experience in boxing, which we know this because they got Cortez. He also hired Joe Cortez to be on his camp, so he could let him know what he could do.
Isn't that odd? All the people he's hiring, like even Cortez, like Cortez is Mayweather's referee. Like this is like that's kind of like having a spy in the camp. Like,
hey, I mean, you know that, but so. Basically, this past weekend, I think they went back on sparring, and Malignaggi went in there ticked off, you know, because everything he's seen on social media, and supposedly in his podcast, like he announced that, you know, they both gained respect of each other. But just now, not too long ago, they just sent they just put a post where Malignaggi, it looked like Malignaggi got knocked out. Or was dropped. Was dropped in sparring. But it's weird because the way you see the pictures, Malignaggi's all the way in this corner and McGregor's on the other side.
He was probably stretching or some shit.
He was probably stretching. You know, supposedly there's a rumor that I was reading that he slipped. So who knows? Honestly, you know, these are full pictures. They could be photoshopped.
Yeah, I think he's just selling the fight. You know.
Yeah. So it's not looking good in Malignaggi's part because why they also, we all know Malignaggi's not
the biggest puncher.
One, the biggest punches, and two, he's not in the biggest stage of his career. This guy is
Paulie Malignaggi, when he fought Cotto, could beat a lot of people now.
Yeah.
Like if he, like honestly, even like the Garcia fight, if Malignaggi would have had the same legs, even that, he would have beaten on him. But that's what I'm saying. Like the Malignaggi now is not the same guy. He could teach him a lot of things just to spar, but I don't even think he's his main sparring partner. I think he's just there to show him like technicalities as far as what to do in the ring. But
it's funny how you could see by the way McGregor, and it's something weird that he didn't look at least to add a boxing trainer in his team, which he should have. You know, should have add somebody just to have him there. You know, if you want to keep your team, I'm okay with that, but just add a boxing trainer. So
I think he's going. I see with McGregor the way so far from what I gathered. I don't think he's relying on becoming a boxer. I think he's trying to beat Mayweather with the skills he has in MMA, but try to use some of the things in boxing to get by in the fight. But I think he's trying to use, because at one point he's like, I don't know how to do capoeira, taekwondo. Like I don't know how the fuck you're gonna do taekwondo stance in a boxing fight or capoeira. Like I think of that. Paranawe. He's like doing the little dance. He's with the gloves, he's like this. And then Mayweather just comes in with the check left hook. He's like, and he's like right over.
Who knows? But Honestly, I don't make anything about these sparring section. For me, I've always said it, sparring is sparring.
The thing, I honestly think it's being done to bring the betting lines closer, because I mean, Mayweather's the heavy favorite. But by showing things like this, I guess what they're trying to do is they're trying to have more people bet for McGregor to bring the line closer. Then that way, obviously, the fight's in Vegas, man. I mean, I know McGregor's probably putting money on himself to lose too.
Yeah,
he's probably
betted the 75 million that he's gonna get.
Double that shit.
Yeah,
like,
double
he's
that
gonna be like,
shit.
I bet it on Mayweather, and next thing you know, he's making a bunch of money.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is for the fans. I don't think it's really true. I mean, it's a lot to ask of him. And for as bad as Mayweather could be in this long layoff he's had, there's no way he's gonna lose, man. Mayweather, I've never seen a fight of his to where he slips or he's not consistent. Mayweather, name one time that Mayweather's fought a fight and he wasn't consistent. That he's like, oh, he slacked off on training. He lives, eats, breathes boxing. There's any boxing that you could say is like lives the life of a pure boxer is Mayweather. So I don't see him changing anything. He's basically going to train the same way he always does, and when he gets in there, he's going to basically show McGregor what he's all about, and he's going to get paid, and McGregor's going to get paid, and the fans going to be like, man, I wish I would have spent that money, man. This was going to be a fight, and you know he's going to be laughing at you. That's why I'm just putting all my money on Triple G and Canelo, man. That's where we stand still, man. Don't be blinded by the show and the spectacle. Just know that this will pass, and then Triple G and Canelo will happen.